guys, I'm Karen, and I'm back with you guys to talk today about emotional support animals and service animals, the difference between the two and what you need to know about taking one on the airplane. First of all, if you have a service animal, the service animal has been specifically trained to help you with some kind of disability. They don't require anything from the airlines other than you need to let us know that you have a service animal. We may ask you, what does the animal do for you? What function does it do? But you might have something that says that they're a service animal, but they have been highly trained by professionals to assist you with some kind of disability. Obviously, you know about seeing eye dogs. There's many hearing dogs. Some detect seizures. There's many things that a service animal might provide a passenger with. So if you're traveling with a service animal, then you just need to let the airlines know that you have the service animal, and so that we can let the flight attendants know. If it's going to be over 8 hours, if you're on a flight that's more than 8 hours, then there is some required paperwork that you have to fill out that certifies that the animal can travel for more than 8 hours. And that's pretty much it for the service animals. The emotional support animals is something that does require prior, and you have to call the airline in advance. You have to let us know at least 2 days before you travel, and it has to be approved by the airline, and it has to be in your record. You can't show up at the airport and just let us know that you've got an emotional support animal, because you have to have documentation from a certified either psychiatrist, could be maybe a medical doctor, and that has to be within a year. They have to be licensed, and they have to we have to see it, and it has to be approved by a department within the airline that it is okay for you to have this emotional support animal. And it has to be documented. So when you get to the airport on day of departure, it's already in the reservation that you've got this emotional support animal. The only thing about all these animals is going to be probably a dog. Sometimes we'll see cats. That's pretty much the only kind of animal that you can take on. There's some exceptions to the rules. You'd have to read the rules for every airline, but primarily you're going to have a dog, sometimes a cat. If the animal has any kind of behavior issues, like if you claim that it's an emotional support animal or even a service animal, and we at the airline see it not behaving properly, is not obedient, if it's snapping at people, if it has a foul smell or any kind of, if it's offensive in any way, we could deny you boarding or make you, make alternate plans. So that's pretty much all there is. You can't sit on an exit row, of course, and if the dog, it has to be able to sit right at your feet. It has to not take up anybody else's space. If it's a large animal, if you have a large emotional support animal, you may have to purchase another seat so that the animal can fit, that you're not taking over somebody else's space on the airplane. Let me just check and see if there's anything else. If you're going to Hawaii, there's certain things that you need to know about. They've got quarantines and things like that. And I'm just talking about it within the United States. If you're leaving the United States with an animal, every country has their own rules. So you would have to look up the country that you're going to and find out what the rules are. That would be your responsibility to find out, because if you show up at the airport with an animal, and we as the airline representatives check the rules for that country and they don't allow it, then you're going to have an issue, you're going to be denied boarding. So just make sure that you check all of your documents. Make sure that you read all the rules and let the airline know that you're traveling with the animal, and it'll be great. You'll have a great journey, and that's about it, guys. Also, I just want to let you know most major airports now have a relief area for your animals. So you might want to look that up too if you're connecting in a certain city or going out of a certain city, because they'll have it on the airport website. That might be some useful information for you. And have a great journey. Check us out. We're going to talk next week about checked pets or carry-on pets if you're just trying to carry that on. That's a whole different thing. And we will go into more detail next week. That'll be next Saturday. We'll talk about that. And have a great journey. Check out my blog. It's at IFlyRight.net. I've got some great product recommendations on there. And we'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.